Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your Week 12 Friday. 2 huge games we have for you. Probably the biggest Friday we've had this year as far as quality of games. Hopefully, we'll come up with some nice winners for you. We've got these games, and it's for November 14th, Week 12. Don't forget, if you want to get in on our top plays, use this promo code, or not promo code, use this link, docsports.com/CraigArun. Last week, we went 9-4 together. Tough Monday Night Football. We had a 9-2 run running before Monday Night Football, but we'll get it back. We're going to have an even bigger week this week. So make sure you get in at docsports.CraigArun. You get 13 to 15 plays per week. And that comes out on Thursday. So make sure you get in on that, just $99. Also, don't forget about the YouTube premium levels. This is all the extra stuff. Parlays, props, sides, totals, all extra stuff that doesn't make our cards. So how do you get it? You purchase with the link in the description and get that level 3. You'll get all 3 levels. You'll get Indian Cowboy, you'll get me, you'll get Lenny, and you get some experts, other experts from Doc Sports as well, some bonus plays. So make sure you get in on that. Okay, IC, big game. I'm going to kick it to you. Clemson at Louisville. Louisville was looking ahead, cost themselves, but Louisville still has everything in front of them. If they win out, they're going to be in the college football playoffs. Louisville -3, total of 50.5. Clemson did win against Florida State last week. What do you like here?
What a slate of games, huh?
Yeah.
So this will be fun. Very interesting. And that's the reason why, I mean, when you are a scheduler, these are the type of things that you look for. And you hope it pans out. Sometimes it pans out crap, like a crapola. But sometimes it pans out beautifully like this. So what you have here is Clemson at 4-5, trying to get into a bowl game. And then you're trying to play spoiler. And Clemson has played spoiler over and over again. How many times have they played spoiler to how many teams, especially last year, when nobody wanted them to make the college football playoff, and they made the college football playoff? I can tell you so many people are like, please, no more Clemson. And then Clemson makes it. Louisville, Craig, is ranked 19th. They dropped 5 points, okay? But Clemson comes off that big win against FSU, 24-10. Louisville comes off that loss to Cal as an 18.5-point chalk because they were looking ahead to this game. Okay, that is a horrible loss. And then you have Louisville beating this team 30-21 last year. I remember that game because I watched that game from beginning to end, and I was like, man, Louisville's coming in here destroying the snot out of Clemson. I'm going to tell you something surprising here. Louisville's most impressive win was against Miami, okay? And they beat Pittsburgh, which I thought was pretty impressive, but they also lost to Virginia too. Clemson comes in, having only lost to Duke by 1. They really need a landmark win here. And I think Dabo, if he gets this win, it can be considered a landmark win for this year, right? And Dabo, Craig, for what it's worth, has not been fired. All these coaches that are getting fired left and right, Clemson has stayed pretty steady and said he's earned some extra time, right? And I got to give them credit for that because in a world where everybody's just firing everybody, I think they're like, who are we going to get that's better? You know what I mean? Like with a resume that's better than this. So I'm going to back Clemson here. Even though Louisville comes off a loss, I'm going to back the shocker. I'm going to back Clemson plus the 3. Now, if you're looking for a total, I would definitely look at the under. In fact, the more and more I think about it, I don't know if I can go against Louisville's coaching staff coming off a loss because Louisville hasn't lost back-to-back games all year. And typically, with Louisville off a loss, they have a tendency to go under. Okay, I talked myself out of it. Okay, you either got to take Clemson plus the 3 or you got to take the under. But I will tell you this. Whenever Louisville comes off a loss, like they lost to Virginia, they gave up 21 points to Miami. That's so good, right? And whenever Clemson comes off of a marquee win, they have a letdown offensively at times, okay? And the Clemson, so my underplay is an indirect lean on Clemson. Clemson can't win high-scoring games, period. So my underplay is an indirect lean on Clemson. So my selection on this game is the under 51. Okay, I want to make it clear. However, I lean on Clemson as well. It's my indirect. So this is one of the rare situations where it's not underdog over, but underdog under. It's one of the rare situations. There are a few teams like that. Like if you think Iowa Hawkeyes are going to cover a game, underdog under. You know what I mean? Similar to that.
How's it? Sign up for our free $60 of the premium selections, which is docsports.com/ICCT. You get free $60 of the premium selections so you can try us out. It's the best way to kind of thank us for all the hard work that we do, along with liking and subscribing and joining on YouTube Premium.
All right, Craig, Minnesota plus 25-point dog here at the hands of Oregon. That's a huge, obviously, dog. But Minnesota is 6-3. Minnesota, I mean, he keeps collecting checks. So what do you want Fleck to do? You know, he comes off a nice win against Michigan State, 23-20, but they didn't cover. Oregon, of course, comes off a nice win against Iowa, 18-16. Scary game. where they were 4.5-point favorites and they did not cover. In fact, Oregon hasn't covered back-to-back games. But Craig, Oregon has USC on deck. Could they be looking ahead, right? And these two programs, by the way, have never met each other. What do you think?
Well, the last two road losses were against the best two teams they played. Iowa, they lost 41-3, 42-3 against Ohio State. So when they've played the best competition, especially on the road, they've really struggled. So it's not like Minnesota's not going to be like, know those stats. PJ Fleck he's a guy that's going to get you to the mountaintop, but I don't think he's the guy that's bringing you championships. You know, the style of play he plays is very tough, I think, to recruit the big-time talented player, especially on offense. But, you know, he's a guy that he's an underdog. Like, you love him as an underdog here. And I'm taking the points. I know they weren't competitive in either of those last two that we talked about. I just have a feeling that Oregon's like, hey, let's just win this game. If we beat USC, we're going to be in the playoffs this year. Let's just don't have a letdown. Let's be healthy so we can play it. Because I think that USC team is going to give them some fits. Let's take Minnesota all the points. I just think this is and I would probably lean towards the under as well. I don't think there's going to be a lot of possessions. I think Minnesota would like to run the ball and take the air out of the ball if they can. All right, so that's what we like for Friday. Don't forget, if you want to get on, we like all these plays that we give out. We cover every football game. We cover every NBA game. We cover a lot of college basketball. We like all those plays. If you want to get on our best plays, you got to purchase over at the website, and we've got a deals for you to check us out. DocSports.com/Craig Arun. You get the 2-for-1 football pass. That's both of our plays for a week for just $99. Of course, if you want the premium level here at YouTube, you get all kinds of extra plays, props, sides, totals, extra parlays, all kinds of extra stuff. All you got to do, $49.99, you get all three levels. Link is in the description. Good luck. We'll see you again on Saturday.